Jay Hibb, Stretford, Paddock, Chelsea 4, Manchester United 3. One of the most bizarre games I've ever seen in my life. Certainly one of the most bizarre endings to a game I've ever seen for all the wrong reasons. Joining me is Mr. Stephen Howson. Steve, I mean, where'd you start with that? We started off badly, went 2 goals down. Then it looked like we were going to win it. And then obviously the last 2 minutes, it just all fell apart. What did you make of it?
I think just it's what we've seen all season, isn't it? And I think you've got to ask the players why we can't see out 2 minutes at the end of a game. You know, like, I want to see every single level of shithousery. Did any of them get booked for time wasting? Well, they're not doing the job then, are they?
No.
Because that should be like the minimum you expect. If we've had to fight to get, like, listen, your top 5 chances probably relied on you being almost flawless, if not actually flawless, to the end of the season. So forget about getting in the top 5. Forget about getting in the Champions League. That's gone now because none of you lot wanted to take a fucking yellow card to see how, like, you know, because your shoelace come undone 5 times and pissed the ref off, or the ball boy threw you the ball and you volleyed it in the crowd. Like, take a fucking yellow card for it. We'll be happy. All the fans will love you for it because you're using your fucking noggin. And that's what we don't have. We don't have anybody at this football club who goes, nah, do you know what? I'm going to stay down. No, do you know what? I'm going to just fucking yank his shirt off him as he crosses me, going past him. Not inside the box, ideally. But where's the game management? And people will go, where's Ten Hag's game management? Once the lads are on the pitch for the last 10 minutes, there ain't a fucking lot you can do. You can throw some instructions on, but the lads should fucking know what they got to do.
What do you put that down to then? Do you need better from like your senior players? Because you've got players on that pitch who've got hundreds of games of football experience, years of footballing experience behind him. The likes of Maguire, the likes of Bruno, McTominay, you know, Marcus, they've all got a lot of experience. They all know how to win a football match. I mean, you know, time wasted. It's not a new art, is it? What do you put it down to? Do you think they need to take more responsibility? Or do you think it's just a collective thing between management, players and everyone? I don't know.
The 18-year-olds in the squad know how to fucking mess up. I mean, by the time you're 18, how many games of football do you reckon you played?
1,000 at least.
Probably in the region, innit? Yeah, especially if you're that good, because you're playing for your school, you're playing for your county, you're probably playing on a Saturday and a Sunday, a lot of these fuckers, right? You're telling me they don't know how to do all of the shithousery tactics, or they've not seen them or heard them. Yes, you expect your senior players to maybe take the lead in that, but like, you're all paid really, really well because you're really, really good at football and it's your profession. So how about let's see some of those little dark arts of your profession and get the fucking job done. This isn't under 12s where I expect everyone to go, hey, do you know what? Did you all have a good time today? Yeah, great. Fuck you. Because this is your profession and you're paid X number of £100,000 a week because we expect you to do your fucking job. And they didn't do their fucking jobs today. Simple as that. They didn't do their fucking jobs today. And the nightmare one is I think Delo's probably player of the season.
No, Ronnie said that on the watch along.
The fucking box in the 99th minute is mental.
No, that's exactly what Ronaldo said. He said he's probably been our player of the season. He's someone that he's always praised, and I agree with him. And yeah, it was, he's let him get wrong side of him and then fell over onto him. When I think Maguire as well was in front of him. I don't even think he necessarily needed to do that foul, or fell over or whatever. It might have been an accident, but either way, it was just clumsy.
I don't even think it was a pen, in all honesty. I know they looked at it so long to try and prove there was contact, but I'm sick of this as well, man. Contact isn't a fucking foul. No. Contact is contact.
No, I thought they were both. I was arguing about the first one, to be honest. I don't think that was a penalty. I know I was probably in the minority, but I just think he's not really. He's pulled out of the challenge, but he's gone down. But it didn't really matter because with the game was there. And I don't know, what did you make of it? Did you feel like in the 94th, 95th minute, did you think like we've got this, or did you think we could still mess it up? Because I'll be honest with you, I just about got to the point where Chelsea's head looked like they dropped. I thought we'll be all right here, and then obviously it all fell in. Was you still worried, or did you see it coming? Oh, hang on a minute, or did you feel comfortable? Sorry. Got me.
Nah, I thought we'd see it out. No, I
Yeah.
thought we'd see it out, to be honest. Yeah, as soon as it got to 90 and they put the board up, I think I went, fuck it. Was it 8 minutes? I think they put up or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I went, fucking hell, it's a bit long, innit? And that's where I'm thinking, right, this 8 minutes needs to last 40. Like, just do whatever you've got to fucking do. Like, the ball's flat. And then you bring the ref over, ref goes, no, it fucking ain't. And you go, oh, I thought it was. Like, that's the level of shithousery that you have to take it to. If 6 of you don't get booked to get
Yeah.
those 3 points, because I guarantee this, the fans would fucking love it. And the other thing as well is, what do we get beat with for the first goal? Cutback. Well played, right? This is the week that like a social media fucking highlight of all United's cutback goals go live, right? Are you telling me on the fucking train on the way down to that there Euston today that no one went, lads, I've just banged in the WhatsApp group this fucking clip that we found on Twitter of all the times that you fucking bells have been done by a cutback. How about tonight we don't get done with a cutback? And actually, here's what we'll do. I'll just put one player just on the edge of the box right there, and that person will be the one responsible for making sure we don't get fucking our pants pulled down by a cutback again tonight. Did no one think of doing that? How has no one in the United analysis department highlighted that before some bell on Twitter did?
That's the scary thing. When Bell's on Twitter is seeing things that the United department are, the United coaching staff are, it is worrying. Where do you stand on Eric tonight still? I'll ask you 2 questions here. Do you think he will see the start of next season, and do you think he should? You're allowed to say you don't know, by the way. It's not, I don't...
I don't know if he will see the start next season. I genuinely think that the way that the way it unravels for a lot of managers does seem to be like it's a little bit shit. And then there's a bit where it's fucking really shit. And I think we're in the really shit part right now, where he either survives, galvanizes, actually gets some players back. I mean, fuck me. We've gone through, I don't even know what fucking choice Cambuala is at centre half.
I think he might be
you start the
sixth.
game with Varane, and then you bring Johnny Evans on, and then he's got to go off, and then you have to finish with Cambuala, and you're probably looking at playing against Liverpool with fucking Cambuala and Harry Maguire at centre half, by the way, just in case anyone was thinking of doing anything else on Sunday. He's fucking horrific, right? Yeah. And I don't necessarily think either of those two were the blame for anything that unravelled in the last 2 minutes, but sometimes it's that stability that can lead to something else. Maybe, we didn't play out as effectively as we could, and we lost a possession where, the butterfly effect in these games is huge. If someone didn't just fucking volley it into Rosette at some point, and we allowed a quicker throw-in or free kick or corner or whatever the fuck it was in that injury time, is because you haven't got people with the leadership and the experience of, like a Johnny Evans on the pitch, saying, guess what? They're not fucking scoring, and you're also not going to fucking go 5 foot without your ankle hurting and get the ref over. Like,
yeah,
it's just not acceptable for us to throw a game away like that. It really isn't. And I know it happens, right? And Joe, if this had happened tonight, this season, and we'd been really good apart from that, no one's seeing their ass. But when you lose to Chelsea, who honestly are having a tussle with us for absolutely stinking the fucking league out this year, and by the way, you've also done it on the back of what's just happened at Fulham and what's just happened in Brentford and all of the other fucking disaster classes that we've had this season. Well, people quite rightly start asking fucking questions. And I think it would be entirely unfair to label all of this at Ten Hag's door, because the injury crisis has been, quite frankly, fucking ridiculous. But you also can't say none of it is at Ten Hag's door, because like we just highlighted with the cutbacks alone, I'm sorry, if your team is getting done with the same thing time and time and time and time again, can you try to fix that? Can you do a little bit like that? And this is where people piss me off in a press conference. Why is no one asking him, Eric, we've just seen that you've conceded about 500 fucking shots and goals on the back of cutbacks this season. Was you aware of that? When was you aware of that? And what are you doing to try and remedy that?
Because that's
Now, he might not give you a complete answer, but no one's ever asked a fucking straight tactical question like that. They all want to be like, "Oh, what's the injury situation? What's your plans for the transfer?
What's happening with Jadon Sancho?
What's your opinion on this fucking podcast that someone said this on this week?" Do you know what I mean? Like, ask a real fucking question or get the fuck out of the press conference. What are you there to do unless you're asking real fucking questions?
No, it's true. It's true. There's a severe lack of it. Do you remember when Paul Rancaster used to come on Devils? When he used to go in the press conference and Jose complimented him on asking an actual tactical question, like about United conceding late goals. And it's like, you don't get that anymore. I'm not just trying to hate on journalists for the sake of it, because a lot of them I get on with, but I do wish someone would ask him. And it's worrying when I see things, and I'm a complete novice who has basic football knowledge, and I can see things, and I think, why can't the United manager or the United team see that? Why, for me, the obvious thing to do in the last minute of that game would be not let Cole Palmer have a shot at the end of the box. Maybe I'm just being a bit naive there, but, why not stop that? And instead we didn't, and, we end up conceding a late winner. Just one final question, Steve. Do you have any hope on Sunday? Do you think there's any chance that this crazy season that we've had, even though it's been massively disappointing, could have a little twist in it where we don't lose on Sunday? Or do you think we're just not good enough?
I'll tell you this.
Go on.
The one thing about us tonight that actually looked good-ish, because I don't like above average, was I thought we pressed well and forced errors. And I think one of the reasons that United didn't get a lot of credit for in the Liverpool game at home was that we pressed and we won the ball with Liverpool trying to play out so frequently. We were very, very, very good at that. That first half an hour was that, and we had a lot of chances in that first half hour. But then the problem came in the way we got broke on tonight, and I think that forward six looks to press, and because you was playing Evans and Maguire for the most part of that game, or even Varane to a greater or lesser extent, the back four's dropping off, and that's what creates that 30-metre gap in midfield, because you've pushed everybody up to go and win the ball, and it's working quite well. It's not brilliant, it's not perfect, but it's actually, Joe, it's a tick in the well-done column, which we don't really get a lot of, so let's highlight when we do something tactically quite well. And I think if he did have a first-choice defence in there, if it was like a Martinez and even sometimes a Varane, because your Varane can go in and be a stopper and Martinez can sweep up because he has the pace. And even the likes of Wan-Bissaka with their pace can also help with recovery runs on that. But when it's Evans and Maguire at the centre of it, that's not their forte anymore, at least. Johnny Evans back in the day might have been able to play 1v1 on the halfway line. Not anymore, and certainly not against fucking Darwin Núñez on Sunday would he be able to do that. So I think if we can ride out winning the ball high and gamble on doing that well and actually be clinical, so obviously not, and mitigate as the ball does come over the halfway line with their pacey players, because they do have a few, can we effectively defend 1v1 knowing that it'll be that level of transitional game? Can we defend hard? Yeah, there's a chance. But realistically, you're probably going to concede 3 goals.
I don't want realism, Steve. I want delusion. I want some sort of false hope, so that I can at least walk to this, at least travel to Old Trafford with a bit of, a bit of happiness, because I'm guaranteed.
Running me. Honestly,
yeah, honestly, bro, you could drop me off in Eccles. Steve, always a pleasure, my brother. I'll see you tomorrow for the brew, where we've got a very special guest, and me and you'll be on that.
Someone new, but someone who is absolutely in that brew sort of weird. I think the conversation tomorrow could go in 45 different directions, and I'm here for every one of them.
I think it's the most on-brand guest we've had for me and you.
Outside of like Mark Hughes coming in his actual 91 kit, I think. Which, do you know what? I want to know if he's still got that shirt, because this is kind of pre-players keeping their final shirts, isn't it? I wonder if I don't know. He didn't like, fuck off, you dick. Give it here. Yeah, mate. I don't care if you scored the winner.
I might have someone who could find it out. Maybe it's knocking about somewhere. We'll find out. We'll do a bit of research. Yeah, but Mark Hughes. It's not Mark Hughes, but it's It's a decent guest anyway, so
He's
make
not
sure
a
you check it
footballer
out.
either. He's not a footballer. But
I
when
don't
you
know how
click
much-
on, you'll go, brilliant.
Of course. Obviously.
The fans of the Brew will love it. The fans who aren't fans of the Brew, the modern football types, are going to be, one, really confused, two, really bored. But I guarantee this is Notch's favourite episode of the Brew.
Yes. Do you know what's going to make me laugh as well? People will still be outraged about tonight. They'll be clicking on to see me and you chatting about tonight and then realising we're talking about 90s pop bands or, do you know what I mean? Danny Bear or people eating piabs on crackers. And if you know, you know. Right. That's a good way to end it. Go and check out Stephen Howson's channel. He's also got his other review on there because you can never get enough of Mr. Howson. Go and check out Stretford, Paddock and FC. You know where to find him and all that jazz. You know where to find me as well. Hit like, share and subscribe. That's been Stephen Howson. I've been Jay Motti. This has been a review of another bonkers game featuring Manchester United Football Club. Thanks for watching.